I asked and you guys answered, so today I'm going to be breaking down the 5 things that I learned my first year of lifting. Before we get into the video though, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Greg. I'm a self-improvement YouTuber, and my goal is to help young men on their self-improvement journeys. Clearly you want to be part of the tribe, so if you could hit subscribe or hit like down below, it'd be a huge win-win for both of us. So let's get into the video. Let me give you guys a little bit of background about myself first though. I started working out and taking it seriously about 2.5 years ago when the pandemic first hit. I was about 17 years old, and my first workout started out as push-ups on the floor, which I've told you guys many times over. I did push-ups on the floor and home workouts for about 6 months, and then I got my first exposure to the gym. My first year in the gym, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about working out itself, I learned about the gym, and I learned a lot about myself as well. So today I'm going to talk to you about 5 things that I learned in that first year. The first thing I have to say off the top of my head is that no matter what, if you don't get proper nutrition and sleep, it doesn't matter how hard you work out. You will not get the best results. Think about it like a pie chart with 3 parts. You have working out, sleep, and nutrition. Obviously this isn't scientifically, numerically based, but if you're only doing 1/3 of the actual equation that it takes to get a nice well-rounded physique, you're only going to see 33% of the results. That's how I see it mentally. So you need to address sleep and nutrition. Obviously, if you only sleep and eat a lot and don't work out, then you're not going to get any results basically. You need to hit all 3 individual sections in order to get the best results. I kind of see this in the way that I would back when I was a huge video game nerd. Let's say you're playing Destiny and a new armor set just came out. If your character got a stat bonus for having all 3 parts of this armor or weapon set, why would you only get 1 piece? You want to get the full set so you get that maximum possible power bonus. You're going to be making your progress a lot faster than I did if you just address sleep and nutrition in addition to working out hard. The second important thing that I learned my first year of lifting is don't be a dick, especially if you go to a commercial or public gym. I went to Planet Fitness my first year of lifting, and you can say all the memes you want about average Planet Fitness lifter, but it was my first introduction, and I'm always gonna have a special spot in my heart for that gym that I first went to. It's where I got the majority of my initial gains, so say what you will about Planet Fitness. The one thing is, I saw a lot of people acting in a way they really shouldn't, myself included. When I say don't be a dick at the gym, let me give you a little backstory of what I mean by this. About 2 days ago, I was at Planet Fitness, and I was at the dumbbell rack section, the free weights, and my friend and I, we were getting in a good workout. Next to us comes this kid who is not only on the phone, this kid is on the phone talking to someone, no headphones in by the way, he's just on the phone on speaker with someone else, and doing dumbbell bicep curls with horrible form, just doing this. Oh yeah, did you hear about that, bro? And then he drops the weight on the floor, sits down on the bench, and starts staring at his phone. The weight ends up rolling over along the floor and hits some dude who's minding his business, doing push-ups in his own section. The guy obviously gets pissed because the weight just hit him, and this kid is acting like nothing happened. I'm telling you, you honestly don't ever want to be this guy. Not only is he not paying attention to his workout, doing just whatever bicep curls, and I could tell he was a beginner, but he was also not paying attention to the people around him. He had no spatial, situational awareness, and rightfully so, the guy that got hit with the weight got pissed off and started yelling at this kid. You need to keep in mind that if you're at a public gym, there are other people around you also trying to work out. Make sure that you're in your own personal space and not interfering with other people's workouts. You're not more important than them, and keep in mind they're not more important than you. So if you see someone that's obviously doing a lot, taking up space, being loud to a point where it's annoying other people, just get away from there, see if you can head some other section. Try to avoid that, and avoid doing that yourself as well. Another thing that I mean by don't be a dick at the gym also is something that I used to do. When I first started going to the gym, I would go with a group of my friends, which is great. It's great to go with workout partners because you can help encourage each other to go and push and go harder. But what would end up happening is like 3 or 4 of us would end up going to one machine and all of us just standing around it, just talking and stuff. Never do that, honestly. It's annoying to the other people around you. And also, everyone who came with you to the gym gets less of a workout because you're all just hogging this one machine. Don't do that, honestly. And even worse is if you're sitting around the machine on your phone. If you're on your phone at the gym and you're not if you're texting and scrolling through social media at the gym, bro, just get out. Just get out. Because that is probably the least productive thing you could be doing there. The gym is a place where you should be going to work hard, get a sweat in, get your work in. And hey, if you want to talk and socialize with other people, that's great. But if you're sitting there on a piece of equipment that other people are waiting to use and you're on your phone, you don't want to be that guy. The third thing that I learned in my first year of lifting is that form or technique always comes first before weight. I made this mistake plenty of times my first year lifting. I would see some results, see myself getting a little stronger, a little more buff, and that's great. I had my newbie gains. Everybody loves their newbie gains. You feel like a superhero when you see those newbie gains, you start getting stronger. But that is not a reason why you should be sacrificing your form, doing things dangerously, trying to lift to impress other people, because all that ends up happening is that you get a worse workout in, and you're most likely going to get injured if you continue doing that. I can tell you plenty of times where I ended up doing some sort of workout or exercise where the weight was way too high for me to get the right form in. One of the best examples that I can give you is what I see people doing on the leg press. It's one of those big machines where you sit back and push the weight up with your legs, right? Time and time again, I would see people ending up doing way too many weights to the point where their legs are barely even pushing the platform, maybe a little bit. That is no way to work out. Drop the weight and get your form right. Your muscles will literally grow bigger. And I'm not exaggerating. Your muscles will literally grow bigger if you drop the weight, because then you'll get a better range of motion on your exercises, and that way you can target more of the actual muscle that you're trying to hit. This is an important thing to keep in mind when you first start working out. You will gain strength faster and safer by perfecting your form first and then upping the weight as you go. Then you can do the progressive overload as you start getting good form with the weight that you're working with. The fourth thing that I learned in my first year of lifting is that the days that you really don't want to go, the days where you don't want to go at all, maybe it's raining outside, maybe you're going later than usual, all that sort of stuff, those days are literally the most important days to go. I can't even count the amount of days where I hated it. I didn't want to go anymore. I was tired, or I was just like, yeah, I can't do it. I don't want to go. When you go on those days is when you're gonna be the most proud of yourself. That workout is gonna be hard. Some days that you don't want to go, you're like sluggish. You can barely even get through half of your workout without getting exhausted, and it feels like a grind the entire time. Like, oh, next machine, next workout. But I'm telling you, those days where it feels like it's you against the world, you're gonna wake up the next day, or you're gonna get home that night from the gym, and you're gonna be like, wow, there is no way that I just did that. You're gonna be so proud of yourself at the amount of dedication you put in to go on a day that you hated going. And it's important to note that those days add up. Let's say that for 6 months, you start going to the gym, but you only go on the days that you wanted to go. So you only go like twice a week for those 6 months, as opposed to another 6 months where you go even on the days you don't want to go. So you add another 2 days, those days that you really didn't feel like going. Who's gonna make more progress? The guy that goes 4 times a week doing pretty much the same amount of work, or the guy that goes 2 times a week only when he feels like it? The other guy's always gonna win every single time, because you end up doing more. That those days, they stack up, they accumulate. And eventually, doing those days that you really don't want to go is going to build your discipline to a point where you don't really care if you don't want to go. You just go. And I would say that's pretty close to the point that I'm at now. It doesn't really matter. To be honest, I kind of always want to go to the gym, so it's not really a factor after you do it for a while. So keep that in mind. The fifth thing that I learned in my first year lifting, my first year going to the gym, is that the gym is life-changing. I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying it changed my life for the better. When I first started out, I was pretty low self-esteem. I was arrogant. Although I was in a relationship, I couldn't communicate with women. I couldn't communicate with other people that well. I didn't love the way that my body looked. I felt bad about it. I pretty much went my whole life hearing, oh, flaco, flaco, el flaquito. That means, in Spanish, that would mean skinny, the skinny guy, the skinny kid. And when you go your whole life hearing that, you think that's all I'm ever gonna be. But going to the gym and getting onto a workout plan where I started eating more and working out and slowly building that progress, man, it really honestly changed my life for the better, because now I'm finally in control of my body that I'm proud of. I'm proud of the physique I've built. I'm proud of the progress I made. I'm proud of the other people that I've helped out along the way, and I'm super appreciative of the people who helped me along my journey. When you go to the gym, I'm telling you, you don't have to be the lone wolf. If you try to go it alone with no help, and you don't try to meet new people, and you get no encouragement at all, chances are you're gonna give up. You're probably gonna quit. The amount of people that I've heard personally say, yeah, bro, I'm gonna get started, bro. Trust me. Just give me 6 months, bro, and I'm gonna get big, bro. And I tell them, yeah, sure. I'll encourage anyone that I see is putting in the work. But if all you're doing is talking about, yeah, I'm gonna get big, bro, I'm gonna work for it, and you don't actually do it, there's not really much anyone can do with that. But once you're actually at the gym, that's something to be proud of. That's when you don't even have to tell people, yeah, I've been working out, because they know. Oh, one more thing. The people you meet at the gym, honestly, I've met some great people at the gym. I know you've probably heard in like videos or whatever that the biggest guys at the gym are usually the nicest guys. That is true. In my experience, the huge, massive guys that you see over there at the gym, you're probably intimidated. You're like, oh, I wouldn't want to mess with that guy. I don't want to talk to that guy and make him mad. They usually are open to helping you. When you finally get to experience how amazing it feels when one of the big guys that you look up to at the gym compliments you, it's an amazing feeling. And honestly, some of the older dudes at the gym, a lot of the big, jacked, older guys that you see are like 40s and 50s, those guys give a lot of great advice. And they're willing to help out young guys that come in and want to put the work in. As long as you're not embarrassing yourself, or like I said in the second thing that I learned, as long as you're not being a dick around other people, and the older guys see that you're serious and you're about what you're doing, they'll be willing to help you out, give you tips, whatever. So keep those things in mind. I want to see all of you guys succeed on your gym journeys, on your workout journeys, on your body transformations. I want to see all of that happen. And I honestly can't wait to go for my next year and the year after that, years down the line of learning at the gym, learning new things, meeting new people. And hey, we get big enough, I'll be able to do meetups with you guys at a gym. We'll see when that happens. But anyways, thanks for watching. Remember, winners win, losers lose. Go be a winner today. Hit the weights, bro.